Welcome to the Working Class Musicians vlog. This should be video number 10. And yes, I still have this sinus infection thing going on. So I sound really terrible to myself. I hope I don't sound too bad on this video, but hey, I'm not gonna let this stop me. This is just another one of those things that tries to get in the way of my goal of doing one of these every day of the week, every weekday. So here I am. My voice probably sounds kind of rough today. I could go off on a rant right here about doctors, but I won't. But I really want to. Instead, today I want to talk about bands, being in a band, and why I'm not in a band right now. Bands are great, don't get me wrong. It's really cool to be in a good band, especially if y'all get along and y'all play well. There's a certain magic when a group of people get together that have different backgrounds, different influences, different sounds, and they all come together to produce one cohesive sound. It's pretty cool, and it can be very exciting. I've been in several bands. If I could trace back over through the years, I'm guessing a dozen or so serious bands. So I'm no stranger to bands. Bands are kind of funny because I've always compared them to a marriage of their own. If you're married and you're in a band, you have two marriages. It's a group of guys or girls or whatever that it's hard to get them all on the same page, for one. If you can find like-minded musicians who can agree on a certain style or format, then you've got something. So yeah, finding like-minded people that have the similar skill level, similar interests, similar vibes can be kind of tough. There's lots of different sites where you can go on, like bandmix.com or Craigslist. You can find band members. It's great to go to open mic nights. Find an open mic night around here. I mean, you should be going to those anyway. If you're starting off and you want to join a band, you want to be a musician, open mic nights are just great. Go out there, sing in front of people, play in front of people, meet other musicians, and see what it's all about. You know, if that's what you want to do, then you need to start hanging around musicians and getting to know them. There's a music scene in your town, wherever you're at. You'd be surprised. And go ahead, dive in. Find yourself a cover band that plays the kind of music that you like. Audition. If you don't get it, big deal. Find another one. Go audition with them. But I'm trying to think of my first band. First band was something that we just put together. I think I had a friend who had a friend that played something else, and can't even remember what we called ourselves. Way back in high school. That's how you do it, you know. You just randomly, like, you wear a T-shirt that basically says, "Hey, I'm a guitar player." You know, whatever. It's a Fender T-shirt or something, you know. Or if you're a drummer, you got a Zildjian T-shirt or something, and then somebody who else plays an instrument comes along and says, "Oh, hey, you play the drums? Yeah, I play the guitar. Let's get together and jam." So you get together and jam. Why not? You know. Then you're like, okay, yeah, we're pretty good here. Let's see if we can find a bass player. Good luck with that. Nobody wants to play the bass. If you're a bass player, what the hell are you thinking? No, but for real, I mean, bass players are an odd breed. They're all about the music, all about the groove. Because there's no glory in bass. No, there's no glory in it. You play bass because you really like music. But I've known a lot of really good bass players. They can make or break your band. They really can. It's a vital part of the band. So, you know, everybody plays guitar. Everybody. Drummers, a little harder to find. Those darn bass players, man. But no, anyway, you know, look around, start talking, just get out there. Don't be afraid. What do you got to lose by getting together and jamming with somebody, you know? Musicians aren't going to be like, wow, man, you suck, get out of here. No, they're just going to jam with you, they're going to have fun, and if you don't fit together personality-wise or whatever, style-wise, talent-wise, whatever, then you just move on to the next. So nothing to be afraid of there. Just go ahead and jump in. Go audition for a band. Find a cover band though, you know, one that wants to play out, you know. Try to find a cover band that actually wants to go out and book gigs a lot. Because you don't want to be, especially when you're first starting out, your first band, you don't want to be in one of these washed up, like, well, I don't really only want to play out once a month, you know, we're not too serious here. Yeah, we've been there and done that, yeah. No, you don't want to be in one of those. Because that's like one of those types of bands where they just want to just crack open some beer and bullshit for several hours in somebody's garage or basement, you know. You don't want that. You don't want that. Find yourself a serious group of musicians that wants to go out and book gigs and learn your songs. Put in the time, put in the effort, learn the songs, get them down, go audition, join the band. And I think you know, the first band I was in, we tried to write originals right off the bat, and our singer was pretty good actually, and I couldn't sing at the time. I never even tried at that point. I was pretty young, and I thought, oh, he can sing at least. And he'd write some simple riffs, but to me, they were like, wow, you're writing songs. Maybe they weren't the best songs, but I thought that was really pretty cool that he was writing songs. So I would try to write, you know, play some lead guitar over it. And I was playing out of the pentatonic box. I knew the first position, root position of the pentatonic, the pattern, the box, the infamous box that you've either been stuck in or you will get stuck in, because it's a crutch. Nothing wrong with it though. You gotta appreciate the box. I digress. But yeah, I flubbed a few performances, forgot my parts, really expected to just get signed to a record deal overnight. You know, as a kid, I didn't know any better. Didn't know how the whole thing works. That's something that, you know, you don't think about too much, because as a child, when I was 5 or 6 years old, I remember really Slippery When Wet, Bon Jovi album came out, and there were a couple songs on there that really grabbed me. Richie Sambora's guitar parts were just floored me as a kid. So that all I did was I could see myself playing the guitar like that, and that was my dream. I was 5 years old. So you know, I'd get CD. Well, it wasn't even CDs; it was cassette tapes back then. I'd get cassette tapes and look at the pictures of the band on the cassette tapes and read the lyrics and the credits and all that stuff, and get posters on my wall. You know, when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, I'd have posters on my bedroom wall, and every now and then catch, you know, some live performance on TV or a snippet or something. I mean, they had MTV back then, but I don't think, you know, I didn't have cable as a young kid. We didn't have cable. So I think we'd catch Soul Train, you know, on UHF. So, you know, I'd see stuff like that. Now it was all glamorized. You actually join a band. It's super cool because if you really love playing your instrument, it's a whole nother dynamic to play along with other people. You can practice along to songs in your home. You can practice by yourself. You can play songs on your own. But when you actually go and try to play with other musicians and try to fit into a mix, you've got the drums, you've got the bass, you've got vocals, you've got keyboards maybe, whatever. You're trying to fit into that mix. You can't just be playing the same thing, especially if you got 2 guitars. And a lot of times you will. You'll have 2 guitars going. You got to find your own spot. It's different. And if you're a singer too, singing in the car here, singing to yourself, it's not the same as singing behind a microphone. I do recommend that you practice behind a microphone if you're a singer. Plug in the PA, mic up, because it is a little bit different. Projecting your voice too in a loud environment is totally different than singing in your bedroom. There's many different aspects to playing in a band that go beyond just playing the instrument. It's knowing your parts. It's how to play those parts. It's rehearsing before you show up to practice, so that everybody's not looking at you like, what's your problem? Why can't you play this right? Rehearsals. And you got to be able to get along with them, especially if you want to go out on tour, because you're not going to be on this big tour bus and or on a private jet, you know, at first. You're going to be crammed into somebody's, you know, Volkswagen RV or something, minibus, or somebody who bought an old school bus, ripped out the seats. You know, it's or a van, cargo van. Yeah, be prepared. You're gonna be in close quarters with them, and be careful who you pick for band members too, because you don't. It's serious. You don't want like people who drink excessively, and you might not want somebody who chain smokes cigarettes either. You definitely don't want people, you know, guys popping pills and doing all sorts of stuff like that, because that will bring you down. It's best to be a sober musician. It really is. You'll appreciate music more. That's a whole nother topic. But I digress. Some of the other bands I've been in, I was in a band where everybody wanted to play like B-sides and didn't want to play like the popular stuff, which was cool because I'm kind of a contrarian anyway, so I don't really like the popular stuff. But some of it was pretty weird stuff, and most people would be like, what? I never heard, what are they playing? What is this? What is going on here? Play some Bob Seger or something, you know? This other band I was in was really, really good group of guys. I mean, awesome players. We played really good music together. It was a cover band. We played to just packed houses, and but the drummer and the bass, or the guitar player and the drummer were just like so. They were perfectionists. So no matter how good of a show, we could play an awesome show, get rave reviews, people dancing, people cheering, having a great time, the whole place is packed, awesome show. The next day we get together rehearsal and they'd be like, well, you messed your parts up in here in this song and you kept messing that part up. And the bassist and I were like, dude, it was a good show. People had fun. It wasn't that bad. So what? We made a couple mistakes. But that's all we'd hear about is like how bad we sucked. So yeah, I ended up quitting that band because it's like, you know, I don't need to be treated like this. Who do you think you are, Billy Corgan? No offense, Billy. I love your stuff, man. But yeah, bands can be weird and crazy like that. Personality clashes. Be prepared for it. I was in a band once where one of the musicians in the band was so terrible. They kept messing up every song, but nobody wanted to do anything about it. So we just had a bunch of terrible shows. That's the problem when you get two people who are friends in a band. Friendship gets in the way of a really good band sometimes because you're like afraid to tell somebody that they're not cutting it, or you have to have certain members in the band no matter how good or bad they are. So that could be a problem sometimes. So yeah, bands are kind of weird, but go out there and join a band, give it a shot, you'll see. You'll have a great time. And that wraps it up for today's vlog, number 10. Let's keep it going. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time.